Hello everyone, this is Persephone and I'm 30 days into following the David Goggins philosophy to the best of my ability, and I have to report that the amount of suffering I've been through mentally, physically, in every way you can imagine is out of this world. There were times when I really thought that I'm going to die, but it does make you stronger. I'm going to make a separate video about it. So today I decided to honor his principle of not being a coward and speaking your truth. And he said that if you speak your truth, you are going to get haters, but there are going to be people who are going to be helped by what you say. This is why I'm making this video. If you're finding this video for the first time, the normal question is going to be, who the hell are you and why should we care? So I'm a person who is involved in the digital adult industry. I used to have OnlyFans. Now I have a number of other media because OnlyFans didn't work for reasons that I can briefly explain. And I decided to speak about this because it's a problem that happens on a daily basis and it's affecting a lot of men and also me personally. Before we start, emphasizing that this is not a hate video, this is not a fat shaming video, and I'm never going to make negative comments about your weight in person. I'm never going to come to your YouTube channel or your Discord or your Facebook account and leave a single negative comment. In general, I do not comment on other people's looks, especially when no one asks me my opinion. Unless you're a narcissist and you attack me, then anything goes. I'm going to attack your race, I'm going to attack your weight, I'm going to attack the money you probably don't make, anything goes. But that's an exception and happens like maybe 1% of the time. So I'm making this video because I got a notification from YouTube about the channel that I was following, and that led me to a video called I'm 35 and I never had a girlfriend, made by a man that I've never seen before. So I clicked to watch it, and then that led to a series of other videos that it was like, I'm 45 and I never had a girlfriend, I'm 55 and I never have a girlfriend, I'm 103 and I never had a girlfriend. And there were so many comments under from other men commiserating with a 40, 50, 60, 70-year-old guy who never had a girlfriend. And I started clicking on these profiles, and there was one thing in common. All of these people were fat. My definition of fat isn't 10 extra pounds. My definition of fat isn't you don't have a six-pack, you don't look like Machine Gun Kelly, you don't look like a male K-pop idol. No. My definition of fat is we walk together into the doctor's office and the doctor has an alarmed look the moment he sees how you are, like 60 extra pounds, okay, like life-threatening. In general, I support that if it's not healthy, it's not sexy, and the definition of healthy is your doctor's definition, not mine. Whatever the doctor says is good for you with your height, your age, your level of physical activity, and so on. So I felt many emotions when I watched these videos that I have to admit here that I'm extremely biased as someone who is being sexually harassed on a daily basis by delusional fat men. And I'm stating a preference here. The men who say, I'm only attracted to young women because of their fertility, or I'm only attracted to young women because that's how nature made me, men want to spread their seed and all of these breeding kinks that we see, I hear you. And you have a point, and I understand why even a 60-year-old man wouldn't want a 70-year-old woman, although the older women and their attraction are on the rise because of the mommy kinks that the previous generation was failed to be raised by their mother, so it manifests this way. This is a whole different kind of worms. What I want to say is that if that applies to you, why shouldn't that apply to me? That, I don't know if you know that, but men who are morbidly obese or severely overweight also tend to be infertile, also tend to have erection problems, also tend to have a bunch of other mental problems that they're not their fault, especially if they've been fat ever since they were kids. And I'm going to use the term fat because I'm sick of tiptoeing things. Like, I'm inspired by Goggins. He used to say, I was fat and I changed. So there's nothing wrong with the word. Let's stop being afraid of words. So it comes with a whole package of problems, but I find it unattractive on a very primal level because usually it comes together with physical weakness, with mental weakness, with ill health, and with something much more sinister. In many cases, with men that I've spoken to, becoming obese is a result to childhood sexual abuse, especially of the same gender, that someone molested you or worse when you're a child and you become fat because that's an armor to shield you from attracting further predators. Obviously, that's not your fault, and it's something that you need to tackle with mental health professionals, and ideally the perpetrator should be dead or in jail. But I'm just sharing it because there are so many people that it all comes from the pinnacle of delusions, America, that we reached a point where they can't put two and two together. That you can't find a girlfriend because looking like that, being severely overweight, is very unattractive to women. You have been lied to. I'm going to be the whistleblower here. Women are as visual as men, if not more. Women can be as shallow as men, if not more. So if you see a morbidly obese woman and you're not attracted to her, well, makes you think, I'm going to see a morbidly obese man and I appreciate his golden heart and his amazing personality. Now, before you say you're a psychopath and where does all of this rambling originate from, I'm going to share some whistleblowing secrets from the adult digital industry that on average 10 to 20 times a day, and no, this is not an exaggerated number, I get men who are sending me literally 200 tokens or 300 tokens, which is the equivalent of $10 give or take in most campsites, and they say, you should meet me. And we're going to get into a relationship. Like the majority of American men, again, I have nothing against America. I think that American men are the most wronged in the world because you are being fed delusional propaganda. They think that the way to get a relationship is, I'm going to give $10 to a woman and then invite her to fly over to my country and she's going to be my girlfriend. And they never even look in the mirror to see that, dude, you're 300 pounds. If I want to have sex with you, I'm sorry for being graphic on YouTube, I have to search to find your penis, if it's even there, if it can even get erect at this point. What makes you think that the 200 tokens will make me change countries for you? It's like this perpetual elephant in the room. It doesn't matter how you look like, yet somehow you can't get a girlfriend. A mystery. Red Pill was going so well in that direction. When Red Pill first came out, I was elated. I was like, finally, men started to get it. And they say, lift weights, bro, lose the damn weight, bro, stop being like a loser that your wife doesn't respect you. It was so good. And now it's becoming obsolete. And we are going slowly back to that thing where you can't find a girlfriend and no one knows why. With saying all that, I do not disregard personality. I'm the worst person to get along with people in my personal life, but in order for me to give a chance to someone to discover their personality and if we are a good match, I have to be attracted to how they look. And the next level of degeneracy and psychosis is the men who are fat and they think they're going to get cam girls, e-girls, models, strippers, whatever. I talk to 4,000 men per month on average and all of my socials combined. So you gave me $10 from Jerkwater Heights and you think I'm going to be interested. Or the other thing that I have to admit, recently I was very petty for a second. Like, I'm 99% professional, but I was doing a 12-hour live stream and I hate live streaming more than anything. I would much rather rip my own hair than live stream, but David Goggins said to do the things you hate, and I love running, so I just couldn't run every day even more and more and more since it doesn't have the desired effect. So it was the 10th hour of a live stream. I was thinking that I am going to start praying for death. And this guy came and we did a cam for cam session and he was again fat. And then he asked me, which country are you from, which I'm not going to specialize because I have stalkers and creepers and people who try to find me. And then he said, you know, I always wanted to visit your country. When men say that, I'm rolling my eyes so bad that it's like they're going to go to the back of my head, never to be found again. And I couldn't stop myself. I said, you know, I'm going to give myself a rein to be a bitch for a second. And I was like, okay, and if you visited, what did you expect is going to happen? Like, I don't know if you know that most campsites ban you if you meet men for sex under the table or anything like that. Not because they are moral, but because they want to save their own ass. Because you, sooner or later, if you keep meeting random men, Braden, Caden, and Zayden from Jerkwater Heights, you are going to be in the news as dismembered girl in a suitcase floating in the river. And when the police is going to ask, how did the dismembered girl find the guy? It's from your campsite is going to face legal repercussions. So I wanted to ask this man, do you think that this is the absolute turn on for me? I was going to say, dude, it was my lifelong fantasy, number one on my bucket list, to meet a 250-pound American guy who hasn't seen the gym on TV in his 45 years of life and be his free sex and free tour guide for the 10 days he's in my country. Get a grip. I don't know if I'm going to consider making this video a series. I don't even care about YouTube anymore. I don't care about anything. I almost died last year. I'm sick of this world. I'm sick of this dystopia, and we have to start speaking the damn truth. Like, Goggins is saving my life. And the people who say Zoomers are bad, I'm not a Zoomer, but I'm just going to say, they know the truth. That's why you see them not getting married and not having kids and not having much of hope in general. The game is rigged. So if you found my channel, if someone recommended you this video, and you can't find a girlfriend, and this is a mystery, I would say get off campsites, get off porn sites, get off dating sites, and find a way to lose the damn weight and be healthy. That's the first step. It all starts from there. And also, when the body is healthy, the mind will follow. That's an absolute truth. I say this as someone who has been very sick and very healthy. You cannot be mentally healthy in a sick body. If you're a victim of sexual abuse or any kind of abuse that originates in you eating, then you need mental help before you get to losing the weight. Because if you just start dieting and the root cause of having so much extra weight is trauma, it's not going to work. But in many cases, it's not even that. In many cases, it's people that they never learned proper nutrition. Everyone in their family is fat as fuck. They are averse to any kind of hardship. Also, I'm going to tell you, personally, I find men who have the discipline to keep themselves good looking and healthy very attractive, because I see that as also mental strength. I know it's not easy to stay thin. It's not easy for me too. So there is this belief that, oh, women don't like those gym bros, that he's just measuring his chicken and rice all day and taking selfies and he's almost gay. And there's homophobia in these comments. They're like, oh, you're just going to end up a gym cell, bro. Between the gym cell and the fat cell, the gym cell is going to have so much better quality of life and so much better chances. So all of these people in the videos that I mentioned, oh my God, we're 11 minutes in, I have to wrap this up. All of these people that I saw in these videos that they were saying, bro, I hear you, I'm 77 and I never had a girlfriend. All of them were fat. I couldn't see a single guy that was of normal weight saying I'm 77 and I never had a girlfriend. There is correlation. Okay, correlation doesn't necessarily mean causation. I'm just saying, where are you going? And since you're going to the doctor anyway, since you were discussing it, have you checked your testosterone? Do you know that if your testosterone is too low and you start having estrogen dominance in your body, Asian men being fed feminization diets by their mother without being into feminization, it's over. Your metabolism will tank. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dietitian, you're not going to hear the details from me, but I'm just giving you direction to go to the doctor and say, how is my testosterone? If you're a man, you have to start eating meat, things that promote and boost testosterone, things that have zinc, forget the plant-based diet, stop being vegan. Being vegan is poison. This is a hill I'm willing to die on, and I'm going to attack also soon enough. And I'm just going to tell you, if you're fat, you're not entitled to thin, young, pretty women. They don't want you. They're not going to be into you. The best thing you can do is sex patting, where some woman from an impoverished country is tolerating your fat ass long enough to get your money, making you even fatter, hoping that you will die. And she's going to inherit everything. And then it's on the news, oh, all of these women are just gold diggers. Yeah, they are. Because they are in a country that they have to do whatever it takes to survive. Why are you delusional? Why do you let yourself be victimized? If no woman is interested in you in America, no woman is going to be genuinely interested in you in other countries. There is a small exception because sometimes American women tend to have crazy standards. I get that, but I'm just saying, if the women you want don't want you, they're out of your league. They're not psychopaths. It's not a mystery. It's like you just have to do whatever it takes to rise up to that. And to close the video with an even darker message, there is a chance that there are many men that they have been so ruined mentally, physically, financially, that they will never find anyone. The belief that there is someone for everyone is a lie you have been fed to not go berserk. The same way they say to poor people, oh, money don't buy happiness. Money definitely buys happiness. Try living poor for a week and see the difference how happy you're going to be. This is something rich people say to the poor masses so that they won't riot. So it's so much better for everyone. The government, the psychiatrists, women who just take your money. It's better for everyone if you're just fat, you sit in your house, you spend all of your money in distraction, porn, alcohol, weed, campsites, begging women to give you attention, feeding women on Tinder that they get free dinner from you, and then go home alone. Everyone profits from you. You're the ultimate cash cow. There are entire YouTube channels dedicated on how to get a man to give you money without not just sleeping with him, without even kissing him. And this advice works. So you are going to have to start advocating for yourself. I can't do that for you. I can provide information. And advocating for yourself means doing what Goggins says, looking in the mirror and say to yourself, you're fat. That's why you can't find a girlfriend. And also, even if you lose the weight, maybe the women who are 9 out of 10 are still not going to want you, but maybe you can get a 4 out of 10. Maybe you won't be left alone to die in your apartment and found 10 days later from the stands. Also, you are going to be healthier. A lot of people who are fat, they don't know they're ticking bombs. There is disease inside your rotting corpse with all of these fat cells surrounding your organs and poisoning them. Do you know that fat actually is very, very good at keeping all the toxins in your body? That's why when you start to actually lose weight and all of these toxins are being released, you feel like shit. There's a whole dark science out there. I'm not going to tell you how to lose it, what will work for you, what steps to take, what's your end weight. This is for the scientists and the professionals. But I'm just saying, I really hope to put even one small step in this world where I won't have these men saying, hey, I send you 200 organs. Next time you're in my town, let's meet to hook up. I'm not interested in hooking up with you. You're unattractive. I see you and I feel nothing sexual. Okay. I wish someone told them. I wish someone was the bad guy. I wished for years and years. I suffered. And the worst thing out of all was the femdom guys. That you're going to be the obese sub and all of a sudden your obesity doesn't matter, but all of a sudden you are going to move in with me to infiltrate my life and your looks don't matter. Your looks matter. Your looks are everything. Even the incel forums who said looks are the basis for every success in life, they are right. It's the same for women, it's the same for men, it has always been this way. I didn't make the rules, I'm just explaining the game to you. So if you want to live in denial, and if you want to be in the comment section in this video saying, brother, we don't have girlfriends and we don't know why, this is the first reason why. That the woman sees you and wants nothing to do with you. There are going to be other reasons. I'm probably going to make more videos.